Hello and welcome to this Collaboration University pre-training session. Whether you're attending in London or Chicago, I'll take you through the steps now so that you can set up and configure your same-time Eclipse development environment prior to attending one of the classes. So let's begin.
So hopefully you've taken a break and you've downloaded the files that I mentioned in the previous section, and you downloaded them all into a directory that's accessible to your machine. So you should have downloaded the SameTime 801 SDK, SameTime Connect client, the Java runtime environment, Eclipse 3.22, the expedited toolkit, the SameTime 801 profile, which is part of the SameTime SDK, and then we're going to go through and actually do the installation. So I'm going to do this now as if this was a new Windows machine. It doesn't even have Java installed, and we're going to go through and install the SameTime development environment. So the first thing I need to do is go to that shared drive that I have where I downloaded all those things we talked about, and first thing I need to do is I need to install Java on this machine. So I downloaded Java 1.5. One thing to note here is in the IBM documentation they suggest using the IBM JRE. The only problem with that is you actually have to have IBM hardware for that to run. So I would actually recommend you just go straight away and just get the Sun Java JRE instead, because that way it doesn't matter what machine you've got installed. Now with this version of Java we can just choose a typical setup. Unlike the newer versions of Java, this one doesn't try and install Yahoo Toolbar or OpenOffice or anything like that. This will actually just install the Java runtime environment, so we can just select the defaults here for this installation. So we're just waiting whilst the Java runtime environment installs. And then once that's done, we're actually going to install Eclipse. And Eclipse is actually just comes as a zip directory. It doesn't have any fancy Windows installer. You literally just unzip the file to the location where you want it, or you unzip it to a temporary location and then copy it to where you want. So I actually have it unzipped into my shared drive, and I will copy it from there into the location where I want to install it. So Java's now installed. So we have Java installed on this machine. And in my installs folder here you can see I have my Eclipse 3.22 directory. What I want to do is copy that across to my local drive. So we're going to put that onto my C drive, and I'm just going to put that into the root, so I can just drag and drop this across, and it's now going to copy these files. Now the thing that is nice about Eclipse is it doesn't, store tons of things in your registry, so it actually makes it easy to move to different machines if you need to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually make this directory, install everything into this single directory, SameTime Toolkit, SameTime Connect clients, everything, so that we can actually reuse this installation on a different machine. We can literally just zip up the installation and take it to a different machine and be able to use it. So we've almost copied that entire directory. Okay, and we're now done. So one thing I want to do is I actually want to rename this. It's currently called Eclipse 3.22 in my case. That's what I unzipped it onto. Yours would probably just be called Eclipse. So I'm just going to call mine ST801 Eclipse, so that if I have different versions of Eclipse for different SameTime versions installed on a single machine, I can easily recognize which one it is that I'm using by looking at the directory that I've installed it to. So here I have ST801 Eclipse directory, and if I just hit enter on that, you can see that this is just the Eclipse directory unzipped straight from the install zip here. What I want to do is I want to put the SameTime SDK into this directory. So the SameTime 801 SDK I have in my installs directory as well, and the SameTime 801 SDK just comes with the SDK for the clients, the server, telephony API. You could just pull out the client components if you want. I prefer just to keep everything together, so that if you ever start doing things with the community server toolkit, you have all the jar files and everything you need right there. So all I'm going to